Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to yet another edition of Topics and Realities on your number one radio station, Royal 88.4 FM, and live on YouTube at Royal FM Cameroon. You are welcome. Topics and Realities is that one program where we dig into the socio-political and economic life of the country, and with our panelists we go as well as cracking down every topic to your understanding, to the best knowledge of the man on the street, and all that happens only on Topics and Realities on Royal FM. In today's program, we are also going to look at another political, social, and of course economic topic that has to do with you, with me, with all of us as Cameroonians. And today, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at the place of New Year, which is to Head of State President Paul Biya. And apart from that, we also have other interesting topics, which include the president's promise of reshuffling his government. We are exactly 10 days from that promise. What is happening? We will have our panelists to discuss this, and of course we're also going to open our lines for you to participate in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. The team that will be keeping you company this afternoon is Romuald Ekume, who is on the other side of the glass taking care of the technical board. Brian Bida is in charge of the camera for our social media live. And of course, production assistance is coming in from Abel Bela Samari, with central coordination from Roger Kiek, our station manager. And the general supervision is coming in, of course, from the Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noel. At the microphone for presentation, my name is Mapalazita. Stay with me as I invite you to give glory and honor to God Almighty, who is the author and finisher of life, with this beautiful piece of gospel music. a regular on Royal FM, you know that this jingle is for us to talk about the mutual assistance and solidarity, which is in its 6th edition coming up, and the raffle draw is scheduled for July the 4th, 2026, everything being equal. Now, before July the 4th is coming, what are you doing to be a part of that grandiose celebration? Are you registered into the mutual assistance and solidarity? And there is no registration fee, okay? All you do is buy your booklet, which is 500 francs, and you start contributing your 100 francs every day. We are already in the month of January, which means the Maso year started on the 1st of July last year, and we'll be wrapping up on the 30th of June this year. Now make sure that before June the 30th you have contributed your 26,000 francs, so that whatever you want, is it a car for your personal use, is it a taxi, is it a motorbike, is it a tricycle, is it a house that you want, is it household equipment, do you want to set up a business, all you need to do is get your Maso booklet, start your contribution, and endeavor to finish up, and then get your ticket for the raffle draw ceremony. And on the 4th of July, all of us will be at the Yaoundé Omnisport Stadium to celebrate the spirit of African solidarity. Before that other part of celebration is coming, remember Royal FM is 10 years old this 2026, and the Renapro Finance SA is 30 years old this 2026. Definitely one of the oldest microfinances in Cameroon. Now all this is going to be celebrated because, come on, growing old is a celebration, right? So be a part of the celebration by being a member of the mutual assistance and the solidarity, the Maso family. Do I need to remind you that there are so many advantages that come with being a mutualist? Well, if you are still doubting, let me remind you some of those advantages. Let's look at the happy event. You want to have your baby, you go to the La Mamu Hospital complex, and because you are a mutualist, you have up to 35% reduction on your hospital bills. Maybe you're giving birth, maybe you're sick, maybe somebody who is a beneficiary of your Maso booklet is sick. All you need to do is just present it with proof that you are regular and constant with your contribution, and you have a reduction of 35% of your bills. Now let's take that your bill is 100,000 and the Maso is stepping in to cover up 35,000 francs from you. That's big money, right? All because you contributed 100 francs every day. That is what the spirit of African solidarity is all about. And so today, if you are yet to get registered into the mutual assistance and solidarity family, you still have a chance. And we have also brought it closer to you because we know that some people were complaining that the Renapro Finance SA agencies are far from me, it's far from my neighborhood. So we now have Maso subscription points where you can go to closest to you, get your booklet, start doing your payments, and boom, you are a member of that family. Today is Saturday, and I'll be telling you some of the Maso registration points that are going on around town. We have Kolmeseng at Carrefour Mome Bellingal. Here you will need to contact Kuka Mirel on the phone number 674-724422. And if you are somewhere around Kolmeseng, that's Kolmeseng and practically Lycée Bileng, you should be able to get to this lady. We also have Black Shop, which is another registration point for Maso at Carrefour Oyomabang, Carrefour Colbison, Camsonel, Oyomabang, and also using the zoo. The contact number for this person is 698-940891, and when you dial that number, ask for Mr. Meli Armand Jeve. We also have another contact number for Carrefour Ekunu, that's precisely at Nouvelle Boutique du Marché. You call the numbers 699 354618 and you ask for Mbebi Molewane. That person will definitely help you to get your Maso booklet and start your contributions into Maso Act 6. Another Maso partner for registrations and contributions is at Cartier Ebang, and the phone number is 698 940891, and you ask for Fofu Idris. Now with all of this, you know that with just 500 francs for your booklet, 100 francs every day, or 500 francs per week, or 2,000 francs per month, and it gives you 26,000 francs at the end of the Maso year, you can become a member of the Mutual Assistance and Solidarity and join us to say at the Maso, we simply live our African values.
Renaproof offers Maso.
They all became proud owners of luxurious villas, starting with just 100 francs CFA. Act 1.
I am called Makunchop Cecile. I want a very beautiful house. I say thank you to Maso. When they told me, I did not even believe.
Act 2.
Ebodin Chama Josephine.
Here I am. I am an owner of a villa house. I am truly happy.
Act 3.
Bibagwe Kuma Jimmy.
Even I didn't believe it. Subscribing is a reality. I subscribed with 26,000 CFA francs. Today, I am receiving the keys to a villa house.
Act 4.
Chami Jacques.
It's a great and immense joy that fills me right now, because with 26,000 CFA francs, which I didn't believe, I find myself the owner of a villa house.
Act 5.
I am Kamje Epoze Mangwa. The surprise was very big. The Lord is wonderful. He offered me a house.
Who will be the next beneficiary? At Maso, we simply live our African values.
Renaproof offre Maso. Ils sont tous devenus propriétaires de villas à partir de 100 francs CFA seulement. Acte 1.
Je m'appelle Makunchop Cecile. J'ai gagné une belle maison. Je dis merci à Maso. Je ne m'attendais pas à gagner une maison. Quand on m'a dit, je ne croyais même pas.
Acte 2.
Ebodin Chama Joséphine, infirmière.
Je suis là, je suis propriétaire d'une villa. Je suis vraiment content.
Acte 3.
Bibagwe Kuma Jimmy.
Moi-même, je n'y croyais pas. Aller souscrire, c'est de la réalité. J'ai souscrit 26 500 francs. Aujourd'hui, je vais recevoir la clé
d'une villa.
Acte 4.
Chami Jacques, technicien en automobile.
C'est une grande joie immense qui m'anime en ce moment, parce que avec 26 000 francs, que je ne croyais pas, je me retrouve propriétaire d'une villa.
Acte 5.
Moi, c'est Kamje Épouse Mangwa. La surprise a été très grande. Le Seigneur est merveilleux. Il m'a offert une maison.
Qui sera le prochain bénéficiaire?
À la Maso, vivons simplement nos valeurs africaines.
Welcome back into the studios of Royal FM, and now let's roll the red carpet for our gentlemen in the house who will be discussing the different topics that we have on the table. I will begin with Shay Lambert. Shay Lambert, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mapalazita.
Yeah, this is the first time we're having you for 2026, right?
Yeah, the first time for 2026 and the first time for you having me, because I'm used to coming with Mr. Bella Samari.
Oh, I'm honored.
To which I'm extending my greetings. I know he's in Morocco enjoying the boss's money there. And doing his work too.
And doing his work.
He's a hardworking man. I'm saying good evening to my co-panelists and saying that it's a pleasure. I'm meeting all of them for the very first time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's my first time meeting all of them. Although my brother, by your left, I know him somewhere. We know each other some years ago. And it's also a pleasure that I'm meeting him. I always see him on TV. He's a political man. Sometimes I do not buy his ideas. But anyways, I'm happy having you people. I'm happy being with you on this desk. And I hope that we shall communicate together and understand each other. And that our ideas, even though may be conflicting, it should also be with the purpose of building the society in which we are in. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. I can imagine how much conflict we are going to have on this table today.
Not necessarily anyways.
I think it will be necessary. All right, Barrister Dieudonné, did you say you're not so new to the studios of Royal FM? You're welcome.
Thank you, sister. Good evening to your listener. I'm happy to be here today with you people. Happy New Year to all the group of RENAPROF and Royal FM. And I appreciate the work your team manager is doing around the country.
Thank you very much.
Only that I will indicate for my first word that there are some area we are not able to get access to
Royal FM. Okay, to RENAPROF.
Even Royal FM. So it is important. It is important to extend the points closer to the population.
Okay.
Because you people have been doing a lot of things. I myself am a client of your group.
Okay.
So if they can be able to extend it in some area of this country, I'm sure that they will be more powerful than some bank of first class.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. That's interesting, getting it on the start of the year like that. I think the boss is listening and he'll definitely pay attention to it. Rogers Akembo, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Zita. Good afternoon to the co-panelists. Good afternoon to the thousands of listeners out there, regular listeners of Topics and Realities. Good afternoon to the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon.
Okay, I love that last one. Ngala, you say you don't like Emmanuel because it's the white man's own, so I think I'll stay with Ngala. Is it preferable?
Actually, it's preferable.
All right, Ngala, you're welcome. Happy New Year.
Same to you. Good evening to you, Madam Zita. Good evening to you, fellow co-panelists. Good evening to you, fellow listeners of Royal FM. And Happy New Year to each and everyone. Happy New Year to the Indomitable Lions. Equally as my co-panelists said. Actually, we are very much impressed with their performance. Though they were not victorious, but at least they proved to the world that
the lion is still the lion. Yeah. All right, that's great. Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen, I think it's preferable that we go to the other side of the glass. Romuald Ikume, I don't know if our press review is ready. Thank you very much. So let's have our press review with Evans Williams Njobati. Hello, Evans.
Good afternoon, Mapala Zita. Hello to everyone and welcome to this other edition of What's Making News in Cameroon, according to the newspaper review with me, Evans Williams Njobati. Le Messager begins by focusing on the concerns from JICAM with millions lost during the post-electoral crisis. Innovation is still dumbfounded over the huge amounts lost in Douala, Garoua and Bafoussam. Emergence even goes to the point of stating that 255 billion francs CFA were burnt down into ashes. Meanwhile, the Guardian Post speaks of 5 billion francs CFA gotten as revenue from online businesses in 2026. Municipal updates equally features the sum expected to boost the country's economy. On the other hand, Direct Info hails President Paul Biya, who has attributed 50 billion francs CFA to promote youth entrepreneurship and foster women's empowerment in Cameroon. Africa Info comes in with the news of a ministerial reshuffling still awaited. While front paging the image of Minister Narcisse Moelle Kombi, Mutation says, I quote, remaniement ministériel. L'ONCAM réclame du sang neuf. Info Matin like Info à Show all wonder if the head of state announcement were just words without actions. La Nouvelle Expression on its part has already started predicting the ideal ministers after the reshuffling. Cameroon Tribune comes back to the New Year wishes ushered to Paul Biya at the Unity Palace by diplomatic corps and national dignitaries. Le Jour does not understand the essence of having such a ceremony at the Unity Palace, given that they are all on a hot seat. La Météo wonders, as I quote, veut au palais de l'unité. Paul Biya dit au revoir à l'équipe Djongouté. Le Témoin on its part speaks of another mandate acquired by President Faustin Archange Touadéra in the Central African Republic. News Watch even reveals that protests and contestations have been animating the streets of Bangui over this election. Le Citoyen questions the holding of presidential elections in Africa with the outgoing president re-elected at a wider majority. Le Drapeau is terribly furious over Donald Trump's decision to capture Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, with Russia's Vladimir Putin demanding the immediate release of the statesman from the American captivity. Daily Voice even front pages a divided United Nations Assembly on the issue. Forum Libre says Colombia could be the next target after Venezuela for Trump. And it is with that we end this other edition of the Press Review with me, Evans Williams Jubati, wishing you the best of the programs in the company of Mapala Zita. Till next Saturday, I'm done and dusted.
Royal FM. Hello, Mola. Rejoins le secteur Yamo MTN pour rester connecté au bon plan sur yamo.mtn.cm ou tape étoile 220 dièse.
Evans Williams Jobati. Hopefully we will have you same time next week with other very interesting topics of what made news in the country throughout the week. Now I will begin with Rogers. What caught your attention in the press review?
Yeah, what caught my attention in the press review is the election in Central African Republic. Repeatedly we see that Africa is gradually losing its value.
Touadéra has taken a third term.
We get announcement that people have been elected, but for them to sit in office, they need to kill. They need to suppress. So now the question is who votes and who protests. I think that it has always been a very big question. In the recent years in Africa, we have had this issue of we had Cameroon, we had Cote d'Ivoire, we had Tanzania, especially with 96.something%, but yet the president did not have an easy right to sit in office. Now we have had Central African Republic, and it is going gradually. Is it that Africans are gradually losing confidence in democracy, as defined by the way it was imposed on us, or is it that the democracy itself needs to be redefined? Because all those things come together. If there's an election, there's a winner, and each time the winner who is supposed to have been elected by the majority of the people needs to suppress the people to take office, then there is a very big question mark that we need to ask ourselves. Because in our Njangi groups, when there's an election, there's a president, it's general joy. Even those who voted for the opposition, it is joy. For the loser. In our little group, how come a nation which is supposed to be more structured, more organized, can yet not convince its own citizens about the outcome of its democratic process? And then another thing that caught my attention is the fact that Donald Trump could be targeting Colombia. Now we begin to ask ourselves. After Venezuela. We begin to ask ourselves, because the world is gradually confusing us. When the same people who talk of sovereignty, when the Anglophone crisis started here, we had these same nations that are today interfering in other nations talk of Cameroon's sovereignty. They couldn't intervene in the Anglophone crisis because the UN statute says that countries are sovereign. Now, in other countries, they can intervene without even mentioning sovereignty. Is it that the UN statutes that we are reading have been changed, and they of the UN General Assembly have not yet published the new strategy they are following now? It's a very important question to answer. We have gone back to Russia, Ukraine, because when Russia went to Ukraine, we were talking about invading. Today now, US has not only gone inside, there is a president of a nation being judged in another nation. It's a very complicated, and there is a possibility that another president could face an attempted capture. And it's a very serious issue today, because a very important event is coming up this year in about 4-5 months time, the FIFA World Cup, which will be hosted by the US and its neighbors. When such events start coming up between those areas, Mexico is already distancing itself from any ties with US, and they have to join them in hosting the World Cup. And Canada is becoming neutral. Are citizens safe to travel between these three countries within this period? Those are big questions, global issues that should be asked. And unfortunately, we have global stamp leaders in other countries except the so-called 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council who will end with, this association has condemned, we demand, but yet no concrete action will be taken. At the end of the day, when you will talk about Cameroon to them, they will tell you that it's a sovereign nation. So they cannot interfere into its affairs. Because Cameroon does not have 1% of the oil they have discovered in Venezuela. It does not have up to 2% of the gold they have discovered in Colombia. And all those things, they make us to start wondering whether there is even need for countries, or for international laws to exist. If the world is a jungle, tell us, so that I also go and make my own training. The person that I see that I'm stronger than him, I attack him, and then we live like that.
Oh man, that's definitely not going to be the best. Ngala, I saw you were itching to say something. I don't know if it's still about the Central African Republic and the US Venezuela saga.
Actually, the issue is, when he was talking, it stick to my mind. I began asking question if Donald Trump has become the world's president.
Apparently, he's becoming the strongest man in the world.
Is he the one governing the world? Because it sounds somehow, when you listen to it, that a president from a country is being judged by another president in his own country. Which laws were put into consideration before that was done?
No, the international laws have been broken. That's out. That's very obvious. Everyone is decrying it.
Actually, it sounds odd. It sounds odd. It sounds odd. Another thing is concerning the bishops, the Episcopal Conference of the Bishops being held in Buea and Kumba. Sorry.
In Kumba, that's in the southwest region.
Yes. I came to discover that the bishops too have been separated. Some are the Episcopal Council discussing on their issues, while others came to celebrate or give New Year wishes. So I began to ask myself, was the Episcopal Council organized for particular people or for all the bishops of the nation?
Well, maybe they organize themselves in a way that some people should be attending the conference while others are representing them in giving the New Year wish. I don't know. I'm not a part of the Episcopal Conference, so I shouldn't say it outrightly, as if I'm just thinking that maybe, just maybe, that's what they did.
So when we reason from this, we begin to ask questions on the statement made by the Episcopal Council President, Archbishop Andrew Nkia, who said the church is not there to talk politics or to save people in terms of politics or whatsoever.
It's funny. Okay, Barrister Dieudonné, is there any other thing that piques your attention, or it's still the international saga?
No, the intervention of President Trump in Venezuela.
Yes.
I have never condemned it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, but most of the people say he broke international laws.
Actually, let not be fake people.
Okay.
If you want to be a respected president, you must respect your people.
All right.
If Mr. Maduro was a legitimate president of Venezuela, no U.S. troop, no private military company, because their private military company will intervene there, wouldn't reach Maduro premises. And it is a serious message to send to all those who pretend to maintain themselves in power by violence, by bullet. All those who are listening in the parlors, behind the curtains, must understand that time has come for America to stand with people who are suffering. And if they think that they will impose terror, America will stand by those population to protect them. And it is a very important thing. If you want to be a serious president, stop depending on the arms industry. Produce your own. China does not buy guns to America. Why is it that we will be spending our time calling France, calling it? If you want to be a serious president, be respected, respect your people.
Okay.
Because there cannot be a legality without legitimacy. And up till now, I want to make a translation. Consider the last election, 12 October elections. Do you think that if really those who are leading us were respecting our population, we would be expecting government 60 days after?
We don't know.
No, it is important. You need to meet the needs of your population. You need to understand that if you claim to be elected, how many you can have 75%, 53%, and then you are being contested? Who voted you? You need to question yourself. And then I will finish by saying that if a king spends his time dancing in his palace without surrounding to see what is happening in the village, he may finally dig his grave with his advisor who are lying.
Okay.
And I want to indicate, he was talking about Africa. In Africa, most of those who claim to be leaders are like monitor laser. They were born with spot on the skin, and they will die with spot on the skin. That is why democracy is really difficult. Monitor laser is born with spot on the skin, and he died with skin. So today we need to change our way of seeing things. Mr. Trump, who tells you that Cameroon is the next target of Mr. Trump? Because he bombed in Nigeria.
Oh, God forbid.
God forbid, if we understand that we need to work for the interest of our population. We have Boko Haram there, we have all those things. Do we fabricate Boko Haram?
No.
So it is important to start meeting the need of our population. Stop thinking that we'll go and take orders in Paris and so on and so forth. Today, for those who are doing law, if you come and tell me that international law, they launched an arrest warrant against Mr. Netanyahu. He's flying every day now. If you want to be respected, you must train and have power. If you have no power, forget about it.
Okay, well, Lambert, let's come out of this press review with you. You've been very poised. It's like you're taking your time to gather your facts.
Yeah, you see, I'm very much interested with what is happening in the US. And what is happening in the US is coming as a result of the loopholes, the hurdles that the United Nations organization has. Because if the United Nations organization was actually doing its work the way it's supposed to be done, the US will not be taking certain things into their hands.
Okay.
I don't know President Maduro that much, but I know that he's a dictator.
Yes.
And if he has committed a lot of atrocities which violates the international norms, it is been normal that the UN would have gotten up and they place him in the right position in which he's supposed to be. But they haven't done that. And then the US, being the key actor of the United Nations organization, they know that if I do this, nobody will do anything. And they get up and they act. You see, if it was
and they're acting individually, not under the banner of the UN.
Let me just take an example. If it was Joe Biden in the US, such wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Donald Trump is someone who tells you, I will do something to you, and now he does it. And to him, he believes that he is a man who talks and acts. It is true. I love Trump very well. I love his politics.
I appreciate him.
I love his politics, to be sincere.
Okay.
But the truth is that violating the national sovereignty of a country, it's actually not it's not good. it's not a good image to give.
Okay.
But what I think is that if the United Nations organization was doing its work accordingly, there are a lot of things that would have been handled in every aspect of the world. Let me just come back to Africa.
Yes.
If you want to, you realize that the United Nations organization and the International Criminal Court, for instance, it acts mostly on Africans than
double standard.
It acts mostly on Africans than
Yes.
and especially Africans who do not serve their interests. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yes, especially Africans who do not serve their interests. If somebody like Ibrahim Traoré, for instance, could mistakenly fall into their hands, he will go in for something very, very bad.
Deal with him.
Are you understanding? So I'm saying that I think that the United Nations organization is not doing its work, and that is why Donald Trump being being the type of person he is, when he takes decision, he knows that the world is suffering, and that's somebody that is coming in. He wants to settle an issue. Let me just take another example. When he came, he said, "I'm going to handle the issue between Ukraine and Russia," and he did that. He summoned the president of Ukraine. No, Trump put an end. He was the one who initiated the ceasefire. And he said he was going to do that in 24 hours. And in less than 48 hours, there was a ceasefire in Ukraine.
But there is gunshot in Ukraine.
Yeah, and they are still complaining.
If gunshot is going on in Ukraine right now, probably it's because the ceasefire, which he actually installed, is not being that much effective.
Yes.
But he did something. He did something. That is demonstrating somebody who wants to... Do you want to tell me that Trump is not actually trying to solve things compared to these other countries around the French countries? Trump is a charismatic person that is trying to do. It is true that the way he's going about it sometimes could be harsh. Could be harsh. It violates a lot of international norms. I get him. I hope you were getting on. It could be violating a lot of international norms. But to me, I think that if the United Nations organization was doing its work the way it's supposed to be done, we wouldn't have been
We
here.
would have Trump moving about doing things
Yes.
Okay.
I would have loved to come back to.
Let's wait for Lambert to land.
I think on this panel, somebody invoked the issue of end of year wishes to the president.
Yes,
and
we'll be coming to that. That's one of our main topics.
I know that some of us, we are political. I used to term them political hotty-totties, because they will always want to take something then coin it because it does not suit their own ways of doing things. But I think that our President Paul Biya, is on his way to the door. He's getting out already. If they have organized end of year wishes and ministers are greeting him, probably it could be his last mandate. So I don't see why it should actually make a lot of debate and people should be talking about mixing a lot of political things in it. But to me, I think that this is a tradition that has been there for the past years. This year is not going to be new to us. So let's be patient and let people continue greeting him for the next 2 weeks. So he should finish, and probably this may be his last Monday. And it should not be a call for consent. So that is just what
my gosh, Lambert, that was very interesting.
I would like to
Right,
come.
yes,
I would like to come to this issue of Trump, because
Trump,
I've heard
Venezuela.
certain things here that have confused me, especially when I listen to a legal mind.
Yes.
Because we cannot ask for something and we are refusing the same thing. We should understand. We should remember, Trump did not come to power in America only in 2024. Trump has ruled America before.
Yes,
Trump
he
ruled
did.
America. Anglophone crisis started in the beginning of Trump's reign.
Yes.
And
Your
Trump,
problem.
no, please, let me go on. Let me go on. Trump
Your problem
declared-
is simple. You want Trump to come and handle your problem.
No, I am not saying that I want him to come and handle. I am saying that they should stop manipulating us with charisma. Because to tell me that when you say something you do it does not mean that when you see it here you close your eye. When you see it where you have your interest, you go and say it and do it. Then it makes you a man of charisma. Trump declared the Anglophone crisis at the beginning of his reign as an internal issue. People were being killed.
Of course.
Blood was being shed, but he called it an internal issue.
But Cameroon is a very rich country. Why did he not pay attention to all the
No,
riches
Cameroon
we
is
have?
not as rich as Venezuela. For political reasons, we say so. For political reasons, we want to make Cameroonians believe that we are richer than every other country in the world. But Trump, who knows the world, he's a businessman, by the way, knows that Cameroon is not as rich as Venezuela.
Okay.
When you see it here, you make as if you have not seen it. Donald Trump declared Cameroon's issue. I have it recorded in my brain that in 2017, when the Anglophone crisis has not yet reached war, he called it an internal issue. How different now is the suppression by Maduro in Venezuela from the suppression by the Cameroon government in the north and southwest at that time? That's my first worry. Number two, we have a situation. We have here a person who came to power with the intention of stopping wars. That was making America stronger again. That was the slogan.
Yes.
Now, but when you look at now, from Trump's reign, 6 more wars have added to the war. He has not yet even completed a year in office. So we should. What I am saying here, my problem is not Trump. My problem is respect for the rule of law. The American Congress, by the way, according to the American Constitution, which Trump is supposed to protect, he can't act internationally without the approval of Congress. He didn't even seek for that approval.
Yeah, cover operations.
Yes, he didn't seek for that approval. So what we are saying here, it shouldn't be because somebody we call a dictator in Maduro has been overpowered that we would look at it to be correct, because we did not like Maduro's way of ruling. So now that he has been overpowered, it's correct. If he doesn't have, as I too don't know Maduro very well, if he was a dictator, it is wrong. He has to leave power. But is it by illegal means? Are we accepting that Trump is right because we did not like Maduro's reign? Or we are saying he is right because he followed procedure to bring down a leader? That is my problem. It's not about Trump and Maduro. It is about a process that has to be followed legally, that has been followed illegally. There is no international law, except anybody can tell me, which authorizes a president to arrest another president and cause him to be judged in his own country. Because, by the way, Venezuela and America don't have the same laws. The fact that Trump does not like, because the fact that Trump does not like the institution created by Maduro in Venezuela does not give him the right to cross those boundaries. I have mentioned here situations like Mexico. Mexico has distanced itself.
By what?
Of course, everybody has done, even those who condemn have done so by word. Nobody has acted.
Yes,
because the problem, what I always disagree with, and that is what distances me away from partisan politics, is this politics of interest. Because people, once they see that their interest is being attained, they don't care by what means, they start supporting it. When they see that their interest is not being attained, they start condemning it. They don't care to look at the legality, because every procedure needs to be legal. Even if Maduro was a devil and needed to be brought down, it has to be done in a legal way, so that it doesn't set a precedent. Because tomorrow another person will do it and say, remember when Putin started his operation in Ukraine, when other countries were talking, he asked the question, when France went to Libya, who talked? Because that's the precedent. France went and set it and gave everybody now the right to stand up
to
now.
Feel free and do anyhow.
Yes, now Trump has gone there to also follow Putin's precedent of going to Ukraine, and that is how the world is gradually running into chaos, and they are manipulating us with the words dictatorship, respect for the people, oppression, and so on. To me, that's manipulation.
Yeah,
I am not satisfied with the fact that I am not satisfied with what happened during the elections in Cameroon. But let me tell you the truth. If it is Trump to come and remove Paul Biya from power, I have the means to stop it. I will.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Barrister, let me come to you. Someone said that we are gradually going into a world where weaker countries will be recolonized by these powers,
and this time by force. I
don't know if you buy that idea too.
No, it's a truth. Because you see,
sadly,
yes, it's true. Because you see, I wanted to indicate that most of our country are not serious. You cannot be a serious country. You spend your time making children to school for 25 years to be job seekers.
That is a fact.
Yes, if you want to be a serious country, you want to be a serious statesman, you must improve the living conditions of your population. They don't stop saying, international. We need to be serious. And I want to tell you that there is a policy known as the Doctrine Monroe.
What does it say?
Who is the former president of the United States. It's not Cameroon that when Cameroon has changed from Guinea Equatorial, they look like this. They say, if you are a president, you must protect your citizen in and out.
Okay.
And I want to indicate you that the cocaine, all drugs moving from Venezuela to United States, illegal migrant moving from Venezuela to United States because of wrong policy of Maduro. And I want to indicate to you that if there are illegal migrant moving from Cameroon to United States, invading the street there, you will see the same result. And we have the War of Korea in 1953, Resolution Jean Acheson, which authorized a member of United Nations organization who is stronger to intervene somewhere to solve
in case of self-defense. That's what the resolution ends.
No,
Trump has not proven to us that America is threatened.
No, I'm telling you that
what is he defending himself from?
The doctrine, the case of that resolution, 1953, Resolution Jean Acheson, authorized a country who has the means to intervene. Let us not do like those who are going to church to sing every day, and when they go back, they don't apply what they were singing. Today, if you want America not to put eyes on your affair, treat your people well. Remember, Trump is not different from Obama. If you follow the sworn speech of Mr. Obama, he told those who were following him that you in the palace around the world who think that you use terror to maintain yourself on power by violating rights of your people, be sure that you will meet America
on your way.
On your way. So actually, if you don't want the neighbor to come in your house to solve your problem, make sure that you are a straight man. Because equity is justice.
Okay.
He who goes to the court must have clean hands. Failure to do so, the case is dismissed. Maduro cannot be supported somewhere. And there are so many Maduro around the world. And they must understand that, I'm telling you, we are the pillar of Central Africa region. We are the pillar of Africa. I president there. You treating my countrymen in your country, I will react.
Wow.
I will react.
Okay, while we are getting out of this,
just a little bit of information, please. I may forget, just a little bit of information.
Okay,
he was talking about moving to US illegal to Venezuela. I would just want to give this information.
1 minute.
That 4 times the people who pass from Venezuela to US pass to Brazil, and then 8 times the people pass from Venezuela to US pass through Mexico. Okay. Trump has not dared Brazil because it is BRICS. He knows what Russia and China can do.
To him.
He has not dared Mexico, which is his neighbor. Venezuela has no boundaries with
direct
US.
Boundaries with
there
US.
Is no way you can match straight from Venezuela to the US the way people trek from Mexico. You cannot use that as fact. It cannot be. It is interest on oil.
I wish to say that, as I earlier emphasized, that if the United Nations organization was doing its work, we wouldn't have been getting
where we are
saga.
today.
Yeah, and I wish to point out that the smoothness and the fastness in which this operation took place in Venezuela is a direct demonstration of the fact that the Venezuelan people were tired of Maduro. Because if actually in Cameroon, for instance, if somebody was coming, or if another president or some external forces were coming to attack Cameroon or attack the president of Cameroon, we have our forces. Even if they may not have the weapons and material to defend, they would at least resist for 1, 2, 3 weeks.
They are very loyal to our president.
Case, 24 hours.
Corrupted state.
So 24 hours and he was taken, transferred, free. You were moving and snapping and everything. All the videos were being seen worldwide.
All right, gentlemen, please, let's have this short break before we continue.
Il est 17h, bro. C'est l'heure de win chez Orange. 6 voitures de l'heure. 50 voyages pour atterrir au Maroc. Plus des milliers de maillots de Lions. Et des centaines de millions chaque semaine avec Orange Bonus. Combi, Nagle Jazz 111 étoiles 1 Jazz. Ou avec Orange Money au Jazz 150 Jazz. Orange est là.
Orange est là.
All right, that was a high five to one of our partners, Orange Cameroon. And of course, we are also giving a high five to Ultim Light, who is providing us mineral water for our panels here at Royal FM. Thank you very much, Ultim Light. This is really good water. If you want to have good mineral water, you should try Ultim Light, most definitely. All right, gentlemen, let's leave Trump and Venezuela and the Central African Republic and dive into our topics of discussion for today. Let's begin with topic number 1. We are going to discuss that for just 30 minutes. Yes, and that's the New Year wishes to Head of State President Paul Biya. This particular year, with the socio-political and economic situation of the country, is the New Year wish still a necessity to the President and the Head of State of Cameroon? Ngala, let me begin with you.
Actually, Zita, in my opinion, it has been a tradition. So this year shouldn't be an exception.
Okay.
But I have my worries where how do I say it? Like I said, it has been a tradition. So this year shouldn't be an exception, simply because the state is not really stable. But to the point where bishops who are supposed to sit in an episcopal council to discuss on issues that are supposed to rule the church, on how the church is supposed to be, the bishops, I don't know, prefer to go and give New Year wishes to.
Is there any communique from the Episcopal Council that state that they were not supposed, or they went?
When we talk about an Episcopal conference, it involves all the bishops, all the 26 dioceses.
Is there any information
the 26 dioceses around Cameroon?
What will prohibit them from going?
Nothing prohibits them from going there. But that particular moment, that Episcopal Council was supposed to prohibit them from going there
by the bishops.
Taking into consideration the words from Bishop Nkia, that Episcopal conference was supposed to be their priority, because he said things of the state, he said so, things that concerns politics, people should not involve the church to solve it.
I don't see wishing the president of the country, giving him wishes.
I'm not saying that it was wrong.
What is
I'm not saying that it was wrong giving it, but the time. And in fact, when you, how did I say it? They were left with the chance to make a choice. So they made a choice of going to meet to give the New Year wishes, rather than prioritizing what they claim to be prioritizing. Like Bishop Nkia said, the church has nothing, because all the people cried that the church was supposed to support them when they needed them. The church claimed neutrality. The church claimed neutrality. Then when it comes to the point now where they are supposed to claim what they were, what they are supposed to be, they now went the opposite.
They went for Schwabi.
All right, gentlemen, please let's not be too hard on these bishops. We go now.
No,
Lambert, you have a contrary view.
I have a problem, and not even a contrary view. I always have a problem, and Mr. Bella will tell you that I have problems with these people who are politically too oriented. They do a lot of politics, and at the end of the day, the politics takes over them, and they fail to see things objectively. There is an Episcopal conference going on. I think I have not seen any communique from that. Is it council? I'm not a Catholic. Conference. I'm not a Catholic, so you permit me if I make some mistake. You have not seen any information of their members condemning the fact that this group of bishops visited the presidency and greeted President Paul Biya.
Maybe they were delegated.
It could be that they were even delegated. I don't even see people going to wish the president of the republic a happy new year being a problem. When I came here, I got some people trying to say using this end of year wishes for political, using it to give political opinions. To me, it's a custom. You rightly said it. It's something that has been going on for more than 40 something years. Maybe probably, I don't know, within the period of our President Ahidjo. I don't know if it was going on like that, but I think it has been there for the past 43 years. I don't see any reason why it should be a problem this time around. I don't even see any reason. Everybody, I don't know, everybody is, if you have the opportunity to go to the University Palace and wish the President of the Republic a happy New Year, you should go. I have never seen them refusing somebody from coming to the President of the Republic.
Yeah, it's always strictly on invitations anyway.
It could be on invitation. I don't know. You could seek audience with the President of the Republic. I hope you are aware of that.
Yes.
Yes, to wish him Happy New Year. It's not a big problem. It's not a big deal. I don't see any reason why. And we were talking about, I was saying that it could be end of mandate. It could be his last mandate. And there is going to be a ministerial reshuffling, a cabinet reshufflement.
Yes.
To me, I see that it's an opportunity for him to be greeting his, especially some of these ministers that I don't like, first of all, stating them, my friend, you can go and enjoy your retirement because you have been destroying one ministry to the other, and so on and so forth. You see, he was bent on the speech made by a bishop, and you see that he most of his argument is surrounding around that. And I remember when the president of the country made his speech, is it 2022, end of year 2023, where he was saying that the sports department has recorded some issues and that he had instructed that some measures be taken. At the end of the day, we had a close to 2 year saga between the Minister of Sport and Fecafoot, as a result of a statement that has been misinterpreted and misapplied.
That was never even interpreted.
And we spent the whole 2 years moving up, and that is the reason why we have the performances that our Lions performed. If things were not people did not hit the table to say, no, this must end. You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be encouraging the fact that you take a particular speech and you probably could misinterpret it and analyze it your way, and it caused a lot of problem. I don't have any problem with bishops. I saw pastors, I saw many people, I saw friends of mine who went and greeted the president, and I don't see any problem with that. Whether they are bishops, or as far as they do not have a problem, as far as they still decide on things of the church, I don't see where it has a problem. That is my problem.
What is their priority?
What do you mean by this? Who told you that? How many hours did they spend? Did they spend 24 hours there?
Yeah, Zita,
it's just a few minutes. That ceremony does not take long.
I'm coming here to say that personally, there is really nothing institutionally wrong if bishops were there, because even though the Episcopal Conference involves all the bishops, there is also what they call a quorum. So, as some people said, none of us knows whether they were delegated or not. None of us knows whether the bishops were supposed to go there. But now, also, I'm a little bit confused with their presence there, because the church as a Vatican state should have been represented there by the Apostolic Nuncio. That's what we know in the church. So that's where I am a little confused. I don't know what happened among them internally, but I'm a little bit confused that it needed bishops. Normally, when it concerns church and state, it actually needs
the Apostolic Nuncio.
So I was a little bit confused that bishops were involved in, and not a political issue, but a state issue. That's where, and that is the same confusion I had when they went to the presidency before elections, because it was all those things. It doesn't. They don't tie with the norms of the church. The norms of the church are clear. Anytime the church has, that's why even in 2016, when the Anglophone crisis started, the 5 bishops in the North and Southwest region, when they wrote their declaration, they did not go to the presidency. They came to Yaoundé, gave it to the Apostolic Nuncio,
because he's the one to take it to the presidency.
So what confuses me, I don't know what happened internally between the bishops, that bishops were in the presidency, but what confuses me is that they were in direct contact with a state issue. It is not so and that's why Andrew Nkea, the Archbishop of Bamenda, made that statement that issue concerning the state, they shouldn't expect the church, because he normally, as a bishop, should not involve in a state issue directly. He has a nuncio who should do that. Well, anyway, that is not an issue. But now, let me come now to looking at the context of New Year wishes. It's a tradition, as we have said. It held, as usual. I was a little bit disappointed with the commentators of the visit because
what?
I'm an educationist.
Mm-hmm.
Children are going every year. It's a tradition, but what's the context of it?
Mm-hmm.
What do I tell the 13-year-old that I teach in school?
Mm-hmm.
Why they do New Year wishes? That's what the commentators who were doing it on TV should have been doing. That was my own disappointment.
Okay.
Because state issues should not be routines or rituals. They should be contextual. A child growing up should know that these things started like this because of this, and this is the significance to the life of a nation. Why is it that every year a set of people have to wish the president Happy New Year? After that, what next? Will we have in the regions? Will we have New Year wishes to the governor? Are we going to have it in the divisions to the SDOs? Are we going to have it to the DOs? If not, why? Those little things were very important, but the commentators spent time singing the praises of the president of the republic, explaining to Cameroonian how he has been a statesman for years.
They are the drum of the president.
So it made the whole thing too. That is why you see that, and I can't undermine what Lambert is saying about politicizing issues, because that is where now it looks like politics. Because when the people who are in charge of disseminating information divert from giving information and now are instead singing praises, now the people who are not for that person naturally will politicize it in their mind. As he said, there are some ministers he doesn't like. Clearly, he is expecting them to be kicked out of government.
Most definitely.
Yes. So now, if he has already politicized without wanting it, he has politicized.
No, I don't just like a minister based on the type of work he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If the minister is doing his job very well, I have no any problem.
Your intention not to like the minister is not political. It's technical. Maybe he is not doing his job. But now, when people come beside you and start praising that minister, you will find yourself maybe unconsciously politicizing that intention. That is why I'm saying that I'm not disappointed with the event. I'm disappointed with the commentator of the event, who should have shifted out of the politics of the event and given the significance. There are many Cameroonians who don't know why do we organize
what's
New
the
Year
purpose
wishes?
for doing that every year?
That is the question that a young child should be able to answer. A child should be able to know that when they say New Year, it is actually the significance. So that tomorrow, if he may dream of being a president to receive New Year wishes. Yes, so that is where my own context comes. Now, when we look at now the organization of the New Year wishes, we have witnessed certain things in this country that I feel that people should stop insulting Cameroon. And I think that the head of state himself in 1992 made a statement, don't play with Cameroon.
Okay.
With one of his ministers has been singing it as a song.
So what's the insult?
I'm surprised that first it started on the day of the swearing in. The head of state needs to be informed when to stand. He needs to be told what to do. We had left that. We went to 31st. We saw a redone head of state addressing a nation.
What do you mean by a redone head of state?
Everybody don't undermine the work of Cameroonian makeup artists. They are very good. So we saw it. Now on New Year wishes, the same things keep happening. What are they telling us? Does it mean that somebody who has been in power for 43 years no longer masters the protocol of events in the presidency? It's a big problem because you can't be carrying out an event. Lambert is saying it may be a last mandate. But how can a last mandate be instead dropping in terms of organization? You can't be carrying out an event that you have been carrying out for 43 years and you are informed about each and every step of it. You have to be guided. Sometimes, people should stop insulting this country. They should give us the right we deserve. At least we may have our differences, but we love our country. They have taken much from us, but we have said at least let us console ourselves by the fact that they have not taken out the fact.
Is it bad to be guided?
No, it's not bad to be. I'm talking about a head of state. It is announced that the head of state will now stand, and somebody has to go again to his ears to tell him to stand. It's a problem.
What?
Because the MC there announces that the head of state will stand. The head of state should know that he has been told he is the head of state, he has to stand. Why is it that somebody has to go and tell him and seem to repeat and seem to insist? No, it doesn't speak well. I don't know why that is happening. But I think it doesn't speak. Why has it not been? Why did it not happen like that? Maybe in 2010. Why is it in 2010 when the protocol of the presidency nous allons maintenant assister le président de la République maintenant s'est levé pour prononcer son discours? He just stood up.
Is it news to you that our president is aging?
No, if it is he is aging and it is a problem, then we are having a wrong president.
Has he not been exercising?
Yes.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to say. You know, at his age, that man is in his 90s.
If his supporters tells us that his age is not a problem, so it shouldn't affect his age. Should not affect state affairs.
No, that's what they say.
If they say that his age is not a problem, let us see it practically.
Okay, Rogers, that's what they say. But let's look at reality. Yes, Lambert.
I am one of the persons who I'd like. If Cameroon could be like Morocco, I would love it. Where we have monarchy,
yes.
Where we know that we have a leader and is going to be a leader for life. I love it. Sincerely speaking.
Yes, that way we don't stress about elections and stuff and all of that.
In this country, as a result of opposition and people who go left and right talking nonsense and spreading bad information. Are you getting me? Sincerely speaking, I'm not a supporter of CPGM. Neither am I even a supporter of any political party. I give my own point of view based on my own. That's how I am. But the fact that the president of the country is aging doesn't make him ineffective. For we give. He has been responding. I have a problem with people who surround him. The type of ministers he has put in place and who has been there for a very long period of time. And to me, I think that we must not wait for a particular period of time to do a cabinet reshufflement or ministerial reshufflement. I hope the term is correct. So to me, I believe that there are some ministers that, in fact, there is supposed to be a way of evaluating. If I appoint you to this particular ministry and you are not able to deliver, if the report comes out negative, you should be kicked out. If I was the president of the country, for instance, at the level of the Ministry of Sports in Cameroon, I would have swept a lot of people there. At the level of the Ministry of Public Works, I would have cleared a lot of people there. Because I'm looking at the nature of our roads. I'm looking at the nature of water in Cameroon. I'm looking at. I'm happy that NAO has been nationalized, right? I just hope that things will get much better than.
Yeah, the head of state mentioned it in his speech.
I hope you're getting me. But when
he promised us better electricity.
When you have assigned someone to a particular position, and the person is not responding positively, you kick them out. In Morocco is far more developed than Cameroon. But they have one leader, and that leader is going to be there for life. I wish to remind you that presently, as we speak, Morocco is preparing a prince that is going to take over.
That is where I was coming to tell you that the king of Morocco has shifted, even though he remains king.
Yes, but he's preparing
even the opening ceremony of the AFCON, he didn't go there. He sent the prince. That is the advantage of kingdom. But in our own case, they are wishing a New Year wishes to the head of state. He can't send a representative. That is the problem now that we have. We have a problem.
This country has been sending representatives.
I mean, for that New Year wishes.
Do you expect him to go and sit in his room?
Lambert, what I'm saying, what I am saying is that with this kingdom system, the fact is that when the king gets to a certain age and understands that he is no longer active, if it were a kingdom system like our present king would have stopped being seen in public life, and his crown prince would have been the one acting. In that case, there will be no problem because he will still be the things will still be going on lively. We have a problem here because he's
rather unfortunate.
Gentlemen, please let's take this caller on line 1. Hello. Good afternoon. You're on to Royal FM Topics and Realities. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Generally, let's get to your view before we get to the next topic.
So, concerning that end of the year
wish to the president,
I able to fulfill the assignment that was given to you. Deserve not even to come to the palace.
Really?
That is something that is a very good statement.
I'm telling you,
that is a very good statement. I love it.
Because when you are being appointed minister, You have been appointed minister to serve the population, and not the population to serve you.
Okay.
And if you have been unable to give us road, you are unable to clean our cities, you have been unable to bring us electricity, water, what do you expect to come and tell the president? You have been working even against him. And yes, you have been working against him. And so we have more than 2 years between 2019 and 2020. We didn't have New Year wishes because of the COVID.
Yes.
We would have saved a lot of money than to go and organize such an event. And you know, you are not leading for your own, you are leading for people. And I saw a press release indicating that all those who are coming to the Unity Palace must not come with phone.
Yes, phones were greatly forbidden.
It is funny. It is funny. Retirement is not a crime. Retirement is not a crime.
But they said no phones, and even our colleagues who went there for coverage, cameras were restricted from taking a close photograph of the head of
saying
state.
that
you now see what I'm talking about.
I'm saying that
we are hiding the real image of our president from Cameroonians.
I'm saying that
we don't want Cameroonians to see their president.
Let's Diodone conclude, please.
What is the real image?
No,
I don't know, because I was not allowed to see.
Why do you talk about something you don't know?
Please, can we have Diodone conclude?
To see the real image of my head of state because cameras were restricted.
Barrister, go ahead.
I'm saying that Martin Luther King on his day said that be truth to what you said to people. Be truth to what you present to people. They arrived on duty when I was only 1 year and 6 months.
Okay.
Today I'm 44 years old. And seriously, retirement is not a crime. I hate talking about his age because my father died at the age of 85.
Okay.
We are becoming unsensitive in Cameroon.
Yes, very, very.
When you are in the street, you see a full of certain family dancing, you are laughing. But when it is a full of your family, you are very concerned.
It's definitely not funny.
You are very concerned. We need to change our way of looking public affairs. And New Year wishes must not be an event into which they will come and make pictures, photographs, so on and so forth. We need to talk about matters of Cameroon.
Okay.
Normally, the president should have reshuffled the government after swearing in than to expect New Year's wishes.
Okay.
And you know, we are talking at the beginning about leaders who respect their population. I may conclude by telling you that the president has a watch, but that watch does not have time.
Why do you say so?
I'm telling you. You know, if you have a watch in your hands and you don't know time, it is a problem. Actually, given the outcome of the 12th October election, given the expectation of the population, normally things couldn't have delayed this way. If really he wanted to leave a legacy, political legacy to our population, we evaluate man of state, leaders on their ability to build, to solve such problems, not to divide, not to be harsh. And up till now, when we are talking about Southwest and Northwest, I saw people coming from there going, Happy New Year, Mr. President. There are areas in Meme, in Kupe Mananguba, they are green, yellow, red areas. I'm telling you,
yes.
Up till now, you cannot move. Let us just take the case of Ebunji, from Ebunji Tunguti, without escort.
Wow.
And if you have population wounded, and then you are in the palace, they forbid telephone, they forbid this, they forbid that. That means there's something to hide.
Exactly.
And let those who are listening to us know that they will be judged by the history. And you know that you can be pursued. You can be sued to court for betrayal, high betrayal, because you have been hiding information which are vital for the security of the country.
Of course.
So, Mr. President, he has a right to receive his best end of the year wishes.
Yes.
But for the moment, if he wants really to remain in the history, like a great leader, he must understand that the watch he has in his hand must indicate time.
Okay.
Time for.
All right.
Time for what exactly?
No, the watch does not tell you what to do.
Lambert, do you have
Time. It
anything
just
to
tells
add
you
before we
time.
take our next topic?
I would have loved them. I don't see, it is true too that I have a problem with phones being restricted from the Unity Palace. But I do too understand the fact that it's normal that phone be restricted too sometimes. You see,
why?
There is, if you people are common on social media, I have come across an information on social media reported concerning my area where I come from, where they reported that a group of persons have been killed and so on and so forth, and then a particular image was attached to that. And it was so shocking, and that is somebody's image that was broken down, and that is someone who happens, I know the person very well. And I had to contact the person who made such a publication to say that no, this information is false, and please you bring it down. And the person was respectful enough to bring it down. He's a popular person that you people know. See, the way we have turned this social media today gives a lot of reason why phones should be restricted in the Unity Palace, because somebody can snap something and coin it to be the way he wants it to be, and publication.
Yes, exactly.
For instance,
with artificial intelligence
you are insisting on the fact that they are hiding your president. It is no news in this country that our president is aging. That is what you are. That is where your argument is going to.
But the fact that my grandfather is aging does not mean I cannot see him.
No,
Let me see him.
Please.
My grandfather in the village aging. He's also 93, but I see him. Nobody has stopped me from seeing him.
The fact that our president is aging.
Let me see him.
But everybody.
That's my point.
Are you saying it is not an obligation?
No, it's my president.
It's not an obligation.
I need to
anyway, those around
when
him
the president
see
comes
him, right?
out, if you want to see the president
on my behalf,
when the president
you can't use my eyes to see.
When the president comes out for public occasion, you have the right to go there and
Which
see
are? Which one?
You know, probably. I am not the one to remind you of them.
We used to see him at the Cameroon Cup. Now, for the past 3 or 4 years, we don't see him.
I have said, if you want to see the president of this country, if you want to see the president, go and book audience.
Lambert.
It's been normal.
Please, normally, actually, our party, Cameroon Party for Peace, Democracy and Construction, have worked on such issue. We have planned to create a unit, cyber unit regimen to prevent fake news everywhere. You are talking about Mr. Trump. Do you know that today only a cyber attack can block the entire country?
That is what I'm talking about.
And are we conscious of those threats? No. Than to say that don't bring phone and so on. Ask for expert. And we have available young men in Cameroon, even in our party, who are expert in cyber criminality.
We have a whole lot of them across the country.
And why are you not using these human resources? You know, the way some of our governance communicate is very poor. And we want to indicate that one of the key elements of governance is information.
Okay.
And if you have something to hide, that means there's a problem somewhere. And you may cover the information for 100 years, but finally the day will
come when it will come out.
Maparazita.
Yes.
What really baffles me is the fact that we think that there is a particular information at the Unity Palace that could be hidden. The president has come, has received end of year wishes from people who has been invited. They are standing there and they are looking at him. If he was greeting them, probably I know that at one moment he got tired and he sat down.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
He's aging. It's normal.
Aging. So he sits down. I don't. The fact that the camera should not be focused or should be focused, I don't see the importance.
Okay.
On which a crowd, a multitude of persons is standing there and they are looking at him.
I know that.
I understand Rogers and
Are you saying that the secret they're hiding is the walls of the unity?
I know that you have the duty to be neutral.
Yes,
but
Rogers.
at least you also have the duty as a journalist to educate the listeners about what it means TV communication.
Yes, we know.
It is not for fantasy.
Wait,
excuse me. I'm still coming.
The camera was supposed to be focused on the president from the beginning to the end.
It's not for fantasy that when the Moroccans scored yesterday, once Brahim Diaz was jubilating his goal, cameras focus more on him. It's not for fantasy, it's a journalistic principle.
Just the same as when the president was receiving end of year wishes, the camera was focused on him for close to an hour.
No, it's not close to an hour.
Rogers,
let me develop. A match was played for close to 1
and the president was standing for close to an hour.
A match was played for 1 hour 30 minutes. But at a particular instant, when somebody became a main person, cameras had to be focused on that person.
The camera zoomed in on him.
That is a journalistic principle. Just like an event that is taking place, just like an event that was taking place maybe for 2 hours.
After greeting after greeting the multitude and the people that were invited. At the moment when that person becomes the main person in the equation, the cameras need to focus on him. And if that was restricted... At what moment do you think the camera was supposed to be focused on him?
The moment he is standing first to address them, he becomes the main person. And cameras need to focus on just like they focused on Brahim Diaz yesterday when he was jubilating his goal.
But the camera focused on him during his end of yesterday.
Brahim Diaz's camera was not restricted.
When the president was greeting after receiving his end of year wishes,
he has said that he doesn't want us to talk politics.
Time going from one member of his office to another, one minister to the other, discussing them, greeting them, and the camera was very much focused.
Gentlemen, please, we have instructions from the technique.
Yellow, join the MTN Yamo zone and stay connected with good deals on yamo.mtn.cm or dial *220#.
All right, thank you very much, Romeo Ekume. I know, gentlemen, that you still have a whole lot to say about the New Year wish to President Paul Biya, its significance, why you think that the cameras were supposed to zoom in on him, why the wishes are still going on despite the socio-political and economic situation of the country. Yes, we all want to talk about all of that. But now, let's leave President Paul Biya and the New Year wish and still stay with President Paul Biya because we are not done with him yet. Yes, the head of state in his 2025 address to the nation, end of year and New Year wish address to the nation, he stated that he is going to reshuffle the cabinet in the next few days, in the days ahead. We are exactly 10 days from that statement, and we have not arrived the days ahead yet. Barrister, let me begin with you. I see you definitely have a lot to say about this.
Zita, when we were young, 1997, there was a musician called Minkwe. On attend l'enfant, l'enfant ne vient pas. That governor with the sort of Minkwe, Monsieur Siraj.
Oh my God.
And I'm saying it being very serious. Today, just after this program, ask a child of, let us say, 20 years old, can you write an exam? You say, I don't have the network, I don't know somebody who will introduce me there. Cameroonians are deceived. And that is why I tell you earlier that the president has watch, but maybe that watch is not indicating time.
That statement is deep.
You know, when you are a leader, your main concern must be how to solve problem of your population. And how manage that for more than 7 years some ministers have been insulting population, lacking respect, unable to reach result. And they dare have the courage to go to the Unity Palace to come and wish you Happy New Year. And you know, today he said that in the days to come, or do it. He never say in a week or a month.
No, he did not say in a week or a month or in 2 days.
That means it's like rubber. You may wait until legislative or municipal election to see your government. I'm telling you that that's the government of Minkwe. You know that Minkwe came out with calvicy, without head. And today, most important thing is to create trust. When there is no more trust between population and the government, there's a serious problem. We are not asking the government something. We are asking government to fulfill the commitment, and we are asking population to respect the government.
The government. And
since he was elected on greatness and hope, there is no program. Why shall he reshuffle the government whereas he has not promised nothing? Saying that my government will be the government of young people and girls. Is that youth and ladies? Is that the program? Is this a program? So, actually, we are just looking at Mr. President, and I'm telling you that Cameroon today, you only know the government when you need to pay taxes. You only know the government when you need to find a policeman on the way. You see government where else again? In your school fees? In what? Actually, Cameroonian, that's why you see they are there. Nobody cares again about them. But I'm telling them that one thing which is very important, to avoid people like Donald Trump to come and disturb you, you must render account. Because it's very serious. If Maduro was able to be kidnapped, that means there were people who betray him.
Yes, around him.
And you cannot be working with people you are condemning, saying that they are incompetent, and then you are still with the same people. So it is important today for the country we want to build to free political activists who are in prison, to make peace. Don't ever make that your government, but free them, reorganize the country, bring all the children together so that we will give the generation to come a good legacy of your time.
Okay.
Because you may suffer for 43 years, but only 1 hour of joy make you forget what you have suffered.
Wow. All right, that's great. Hopefully the 1 hour of joy will come. Ngala, this one you're laughing. It's like what you're going to say is going to be very funny.
Actually, some days, just about 2 or 3 days back, I was discussing with some of my colleagues when we were struggling to analyze the promises made by the head of state during the New Year, the end of year speech. One of my colleagues said, it seems we will need to redress or change the Cameroon national anthem. I said, why? He told me, because when you sing the anthem stipulates this phrase there, land of promise, and we have been living in promises for the past years, so maybe that phrase is affecting the nation. The nation need to change it. So,
oh God,
it sounds somehow funny, but
it's indeed funny.
It's not funny. Why? Because we have been living in, we can say we have been used to the promises. And when he promised us that he's going to reshuffle the cabinet, it's not a new song, because we know that it's not even cabinet reshufflement, it is cabinet swapping.
But it could be reshufflement.
Cabinet swapping. You take the minister of territorial administration to become the minister of mines and powers to education. That is swapping of ministry. It's not. We don't call that cabinet reshufflement.
He might surprise us this year and appoint new ministers, young people and women.
That is the issue. He was just analyzing past experience.
Please, 1 minute. It was a very good event, because finally I discovered somebody who disappeared since the election, Mr. Bero Buba. It's funny.
Oh my!
It is funny. A man who has been saying that he will help Cameroon. He disappeared. And he never said something again. He appeared. It's a good thing,
And he wished Happy New Year to the President of the Republic. Maybe we should look at it from another dimension. He decided to finally accept defeat and choose to come and not only wish the President Happy New Year, but used it as a medium to also congratulate him for his victory. I don't know.
You don't choose to go for that occasion. You are invited. Please, if he was there, it means he was invited.
He was invited.
So yes, let Cameroonians know that he was invited.
And he chose to honor the invitation.
Where he disappeared to, the government knew. That's a secret thing. If not, they will not invite him. They will not invite somebody where you don't know where he was. Let this fact be clear.
Who knows? Maybe they invited to the other people that I don't want to mention, and they decided not to come.
What we will not talk about is the maybes. We will not talk about the maybes, but we'll talk about what we saw. Now, I want to talk about I even wonder why I'm talking about the cabinet reshuffle. Because first of all, you don't announce a cabinet reshuffle.
And it's the first time in history for him to announce it.
First of all, it's a shift from the Constitution. The Constitution says that the president appoints a prime minister and on his proposal, the ministers of the government. Meaning that even what has been happening for the past years has even been a diversion, because the prime minister has to be appointed maybe a day or two before, and then we now hear that this is the government, to show that, or even a week, to show that he has also actually proposed. But we will soon see a decree appointing the prime minister the same day as other ministers. That is a digression from the Constitution. The second thing I would like to say is that once what you know that you are supposed to do, which the Constitution gives you the right to do, you start being the one to tell people that you will do it. It tells that you yourself you have started seeing a problem. Now, for the past 43 years, we have refused to accept this fact. No, let me not say 43. From 1985, there's a fact that Cameroonians have, I don't know whether refused to accept or ignored, but Cameroonians know. The Constitution of Cameroon says that the post of President of the Republic cannot be comminated with any other elective office.
He's the president of CPDM.
Yes, the president of CPDM is an elective office, which means that once president of the republic and president of CPDM, it means that you are joining the presidency of the republic with another elective office. But Cameroon have not been talking about. I'm wondering why for the past 41 years that the CPDM has been created and the president has been elected and re-elected, I think 2 or 3 times in that elective office, people have not been talking about it. When you hear the president start announcing that he is going to form a government, which is something that everybody, every child, even the one who is not born, knows that as a president has been re-elected, they are expecting a government. When we start hearing him, instead of doing so with his pen, saying it with his mouth that he will, it's a problem.
He was given a pen in National Assembly. Maybe that pen disappeared.
Anyway, yeah.
Oh, so my word.
Zita, we have a problem. I have a problem. In the days ahead, he will form a government. But we were expecting a government. In a serious country, by the way, we have talked a lot about America. Before you take office, your government is there. Yes. That's why they even give them a lot of time. They take time. They don't even appoint the whole government the same day. You hear today that they've appointed this person to this post.
Yes, a day or two, you appoint another person.
Because it is a procedure that takes real check, real balances. It's true that there must be
follow-up.
Yes, it's true that there must be politics. But if you want to bring somebody new, you must take time to know exactly the impact. All those things have to come. Don't let us not forget, we Cameroonians should not forget that after the election, we had an urgent communique from the Ministry of Territorial Administration requesting that governors propose some kind of an administrative redo of the country. You can't separate that from forming a government. You can't separate that, because before all these people you see going around singing praises, doing campaigns, before they do that, they have their political bargains. They know that I'm doing this in return for this. my impression about it is that the government that has been unnecessarily increasing in number for the past years has reached a stage where it's like even the head of state seems to see that increasing it now will be senseless. And now he has more people to satisfy. So in order to keep playing those games, he has to create more posts, more institutions. Remember, they have gone back and taken the council they gave that man they invited at the presidency that you saw that disappeared and appeared just in the Unity Party. They took back his regional council in Adamawa because they have to satisfy some people there.
We'll soon be going out of the studio, but let's take this caller on line 1. Hello, good afternoon. Romeo, can we have the caller on line 1?
Yes, my name is Mboron. Let me say Mboron Silas.
Okay, Silas, thank you for joining us.
Barrister, Barrister Lambert. The way it's making analysis is very courageous and very discouraging, and very sometimes it can be like maybe you think maybe we are not in Cameroon, they are in Cameroon. So
thank you very much.
I want even to say Happy New Year to Mr. Dejone. So
thank
we are
you.
listening to you people. We are very happy. So the way that you are making very still analysis. So from my own point of view, that the head of state have said that he's going to form a new government, we have never heard before. So if that is coming this time and say that it's coming to form a new government, it's a question to ask. For more than how many years, Mr. Head of State, you don't know your people that you can choose that you can rule this country together, because the man is on there more than, I'm saying about 55 years. So, ruled by the president by 43 years. So, I'm saying that what the man can do, I follow about one of our analysis that used to come here, Water, one of our brother. He said that if that head of state has to change his minister, let's prepare for the coup d'etat. Because since election 2000 and October 2025, we are still dancing one pace. We don't know whether we are going forward or we are going behind. We don't know whether Cameroon, they don't know left and right. We are already allowed, maybe, let them go off. How they are taking, they are already with power. We know how election works in this country. Let them know. So what I'm saying is only that Cameroon has been the way that let the Americans come in Cameroon and solve our problem. If the Americans don't come in Cameroon and solve our problem, I don't know whether we can start. The power that the President American collect on this time election, that we point that the government to give a peace to the world. So having announced that the FIFA even give it the prize to Mr. President. So go on and in the world. So I'm saying that if that is some can prefer to come to America, even to come to Cameroon, I will prefer that, because we have been safe for a long time. We have been waiting. At this 7 years, people are very angry. People don't know where to start. People don't know where to go. Cameroonians, those one, when you see that, they are saying that everybody wants to live from Cameroon. Those that we are already tired, we need to see the end. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you too very much, Silas. Thank you for participating on the program. My brother, me, I will not join you to say Trump. Bro, Trump, I don't wish for. Before Trump just come and scatter everywhere here now. What are we going to do?
We'll bring Chakara.
That man, I not wish for him, I beg. All right, gentlemen, we are about to wrapping up the program. I think we should be giving in our conclusions. I'm sorry, the person who is calling, I'm sorry, we cannot take your calls now because we are practically at the end of the program. Definitely, you will contribute next week. I promise you, just call early enough so that we can take your call and get your point. All right, Lambert, 1 minute to wrap up.
It's rather unfortunate that you didn't ask me to talk about the reshuffle.
Really? Oh my God! I always love to come to you at the end of it because you take your time. You just sit there, you're just looking at us like these people. Una rant, una finish.
So,
let me bring you guys to order.
I really am one of those who really wants the ministerial reshuffle.
Okay.
Even though as soon as possible.
Why is that?
Because there are a lot of domains in this country that needs to be touched. I don't care about the president being there for life. And as I earlier said, I love monarchy. If we could have one president for life, I'll be happy with that. As far as the governance, as far as the smooth organization of the country is concerned, if it is being done in an effective manner, I don't see any reason why we should be going, because I'm seeing that multipartyism is bringing a lot of disorder compared to a one-party system or monarchy. I prefer monarchy. I prefer saying monarchy. So there are a lot of ministries in this country that need to be touched. A lot of them. At the level of sports, at the public works, a lot of them that need to be touched. And some of these ministers who are just so power drunk that need to be given a lesson. Because I've been in my house one day and I was on TV, and then I was seeing a TV program where a minister was like, I hope we all remember when the Director General of Police of National Security was complaining that he had a movement from Yaoundé to Mutengene, and to leave one area to Mutengene was hell. And there were some ministers who will actually come on TV and they were like, he was like, he was not making sense.
Everywhere is fine.
I didn't call somebody's name, please. So he was like, when I leave my house, I go to my office.
Everything is clean.
The road is good.
Yes.
And why are Cameroonians complaining? Even when Cameroonians complain about the town being dirty, he said he does not see anything. So to me, those are ministers that actually need to be treated and put to their particular, in fact, sent back to their particular domain, because in their domain they are very much intelligent there. And I really think I am very much, and I wish that the President of the Republic should get some neutral persons who have, if he could even send some people to do it. I don't know if he has been doing that.
Yes,
but let's investigate all these ministries. So actually, like he was talking about a child who's, to him, things that you cannot go and you cannot write an exam and pass normally. It is not the president of the country that is the cause. It's the fact that there is corruption that is implanted in our country, and that this corruption has been put in place by some of these ministers.
Okay.
And that we need to clear them off. That is my own point of view. I would have loved to say many other things. But we are off time.
Definitely. I feel like this program, we are going to request for more time, but we cannot even dare it. You see the way Jean-Marie is sitting here like that. Man, no try. Gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming. It was really interesting having you all on the panel. Hopefully some other time you will join us again. Let's discuss things that concern our country and how we can join our voices to fix Cameroon to be the better country that we all want to see. Thank you, Ngalaleyo, for coming.
Thank you very much, Madam Zita. Thank you for welcoming me.
Rogers, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure, Zita. Thank you. Thank your listeners also for participating, for joining us.
Okay, thank you, Judeni.
Thank you very much, Zita. Thank you. I will always be available whenever an invitation is sent to me.
I love that part. And Lambert, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mapala Zita. And I'm extending my greetings once again to Bella Samari and to your listeners. It's always a pleasure being on this panel, and I hope that I may have time to be there next time.
I hope you will have time to be here with us next time. Thank you to Silas who called, and thank you to those of you who called and we couldn't get your call through. We apologize for that, and hopefully next week you will be able to participate on the program. Thank you to Romuald Ekome, who is on the other side of the glass. Thank you to Brian Bida for taking care of the cameras for our live video on YouTube. Thank you to Roger Kiek for central coordination, and of course a shout out to Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noel for general supervision. My name is Mapala Zita. Thank you all for listening. See us next week, same time, God willing. Up next, Jean-Marie Anaba is here for Barometre Politique.